Most people think Rome is at the center of the Roman Empire, the ancient state that dominated most of Europe, Asia and Africa for centuries. But for a brief period, that was not the case. In this video, we will explore how and why Carlisle, a city in northern England, became the imperial capital and what evidence archaeologists have uncovered to support this claim. Carlisle is located near the Scottish border in a region that was once part of the Roman province of Britannia. The Romans conquered Britain in the 1st century AD and built a series of forts and walls to defend their territory from the native tribes. One of these walls was Hadrian's Wall, named after the emperor who ordered its construction. Hadrian's Wall stretched for 73 miles from the west coast to the east coast of Britain and marked the northern limit of the Roman Empire. But Hadrian's Wall was not just a defensive barrier. It was also a symbol of Roman power and culture, and along its length, there were many towns, temples, baths and other amenities for the soldiers and civilians who lived there. One of these towns was Carlisle, or Luguvalium as the Romans called it. Carlisle's importance increased in the 3rd century AD when a new emperor came to power, Septimius Severus. Severus was born in North Africa and rose through the ranks of the army to become the ruler of Rome in 193 AD. He was a formidable and ambitious leader who expanded the empire to its greatest extent and fought wars against the Parthians, the Arabs, and the Sassanids. He also faced many challenges and rebellions within the empire and had to deal with the succession of his two sons, Caracalla and Geta. In 208 AD, Severus decided to launch a campaign against the Caledonians, the tribes who lived beyond Hadrian's Wall in modern Scotland who had been raiding the Roman provinces. He took with him his two sons, Caracalla and Geta, who were supposed to succeed him as co-emperors. He also brought along his wife and a large entourage of courtiers, officials and soldiers. He set up his headquarters in York, and then marched north to build a new frontier wall and to crush the resistance of the Caledonians and the Maeotai. But his ambitious plans were hindered by the harsh weather, the rugged terrain and the fierce guerrilla tactics of the enemy. He also faced mutinies and rebellions from his own troops who were unhappy with the long and difficult campaign. He suffered from ill health and his sons were constantly plotting against each other. He realized that he would not be able to complete his conquest and decided to withdraw to the south. On his way back, he stopped in Carlisle, a town that had been founded by the Romans as a military base and a trading center. There, he ordered the construction of a magnificent bathhouse, a complex of buildings that included hot and cold pools, steam rooms, massage rooms, exercise areas and social spaces. The bathhouse was not only a place for relaxation and hygiene but also a symbol of imperial power and prestige. It was the largest building ever discovered along Hadrian's Wall. The bathhouse was built for the emperor himself, and wherever the emperor lived was the center of the empire. The evidence for this is found in the recent discovery of remains of 34 separate tiles bearing the letters imp, which stood for imperator or commander. These tiles indicated that the bathhouse was either built for or on the command of Severus. He also decorated the bathhouse with enormous sculptures of his own head and that of his wife, which were larger than life-sized and reserved only for the gods or emperors. These sculptures would have adorned the rooftop of the bathhouse, creating an impressive entrance for anyone visiting. But the most remarkable artifacts were found in an unexpected place, down the drains. There, the archaeologists discovered a striking purple mineral which could have been used to dye clothes. This mineral was very rare and expensive, and only Roman rulers could wear purple. The presence of this mineral suggests that Severus and his family wore purple robes while bathing in Carlisle, and that some of the dye washed off and ended up in the drains. The drains also offered a whole trove of treasure, including an amethyst showing Venus, the goddess of love, and a red-brown jasper, a stone believed to have healing properties. Dozens of precious gemstones were found, likely lost by bathers after the steamy conditions weakened the glue holding them in their settings. After withdrawing to the south, Severus left behind a trail of destruction and devastation, hoping to deter the Caledonians from further resistance. He also imposed a heavy tribute on the southern tribes who had submitted to his authority. He withdrew to York, where he planned to spend the winter and prepare for another campaign in the spring. But his plans were cut short by his failing health. Severus had been suffering from an infectious disease, possibly gout or arthritis, that had worsened during his campaign. He was also troubled by the constant rivalry and hostility between his sons, Caracalla and Geta, who were supposed to succeed him as co-emperors. He tried to reconcile them, but to no avail. He died in early 211 AD at the age of 65 after ruling the empire for 18 years. His death also marked the end of his invasion of Caledonia. Although his son Caracalla continued campaigning the following year, he soon settled for peace with the northern tribes who agreed to recognize Roman sovereignty and pay tribute. The Romans never campaigned deep into Caledonia again. Shortly after this, the frontier was permanently withdrawn south to Hadrian's Wall. The discovery of the imperial bathhouse in Carlisle is a remarkable and fascinating find that sheds new light on a forgotten chapter of Roman history. It shows that Carlisle was not just a remote and rainy outpost of the empire but a vibrant and cosmopolitan city that hosted the most powerful man in the world and became the center of the ancient world for a brief period. Thank you for watching this video about the surprising find that proves an obscure British city was once the center of the Roman Empire. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos about ancient history and archaeology. See you next time.